M0FXB, welcome to my videos on the YAESU FT70D. We're on the ADMS10 free software. Normally you'd use the cable in the box, but today we're going to use a USB-C cable and a adapter. So I'll put the link in the description. I bought two of these, or purchased two of these mini USB to USB-C adapters for £6. I'm sure you could probably get one for about £2. And I've plugged it into the side of the 70. See if I can just turn that a bit so you can see. Quite fiddly, but yeah, you can see it there, okay. And most of us got USB-C cables lying around, and the other end is plugged into my PC. Now, to get your radio into ADMS mode, normally, if you follow the instructions, yeah, you would, and I'll just make it bigger, then I'll do it, okay. You would have to use the DC power cable, but I cheat and I just use the battery. So all you do is, let's just turn the device off in the normal way. Okay, I'll unplug the cable for now, like so. Get some more light on this. It's quite fiddly, but anyway, disconnect your battery by just pushing the button. The battery comes up. Make sure it comes up just far enough so that it won't turn on. Then hold down the AMS button and push the battery on. Now you need to make sure that the device was turned on to start with, otherwise it won't try and power on. So we'll hold it down, and then we're literally just going to push the battery back into place. See the way it didn't do it? So what I'll do, I'll turn it on. So we know it's on. Yeah, so the mistake I made was turning it on. Go back, push where it says the writing here. It goes off. Put it away till the power goes off. Hold down AMS. Push it back on, and look, ADMS mode. You can plug in the cable now. It's not gonna, now that it's in ADMS mode, sorry about my hands being in the way, plug in your cable. Remember the USB adapter, let's show it you. Just that, I have snipped the end so it fits in the hole a bit better. Otherwise, USB-C there, plug it in. It's already in my PC. And because you're in ADMS mode, it's now going to show up as a COM port. So you plug that in. You heard the computer go boot up. We're in ADMS mode. Once you're in this mode, you're pretty much ready to go. So let's just minimize that down. Over to the software. So YAESU here, files. Scroll down, and I use the bottom one. It says ADMS10 programming software. Click that, and then it put it into my downloads here. And then I clicked it. There are, of course, instructions, and we do recommend that you read them thoroughly. Otherwise, double click where it says FT70, double click setup, and it will just run it. And when it opens, you will have a shortcut that looks like this. If I go here, Windows, we'll go Start, and see here it says FT70, and when you click that, it's going to open up to this. This is our software. And you can resize it, but just by going onto the sort of corner. See the corner here? Click it, and you can sort of make it bigger and smaller. Right, next thing is communication. So we want to go up here, communication, get data from transceiver, and you get this window appear. There is actually a shortcut on it for, once you click OK, that is, for device manager. We're going to click OK because we've already got it into ADMS mode. We've already connected it to the PC. We're going to click OK and press the, and then straight away it's already asking me to read it. So I better show you the communication, setting the port. So let's just close that a minute. Set COM port just here. Device manager here. Double click ports. Choose USB serial device, which is that one there. You'd always have to press determine, then get data from FT70. I'm going to go like that. Then we press OK, and it's now going to ask us to press the band button. And see the way the radio now says TX. So it says TX, but what's actually happening is the software is now reading the contents of the radio, and I factory reset it. So what we'll do is send something back to the radio. So let's put in my favorite repeater. So we'll go to 145.7 50, that's GB3BC. And we're going to need a tone, so double click where it says E mode, tone, and it's 94.8. So down arrow and then 94.8. Ignore DCS. User CTCSS. TX power, I'll leave that high for now. We've got a skip setting here. And if you go forward with the slider at the bottom, you can add more items. Just trying to think where the name is. Am I blind? Just trying to see the name. Is it right at the beginning? It's just here. So that one's GB3BC. GB3BC. You might have to tell it to use the name, but anyway. And that's HubNet. So I put a couple in there. For now, I could put in my hotspot. Because that will be, see the way you've got operating mode here, it's all FM at the moment. Let's try, my hotspot is actually 438.575, I believe. 438.575. I mean, there might be a repeater near you. That's simplex, and then we just need to go not auto mode because we need to tell it. Mind you, auto is probably the best one for digital because it will just pick it up anyway. I'll put DN there anyway. And I'll put here hotspot. Okay, well, that's enough. So there's the minimum characters of, is that 5? So now we're going to send it to the back to the radio. So we're going to go communication, send to the radio. Exactly the same. Press the OK because it does stay in ADMS mode. See the way it says TX? Now press OK, and then it's going to, this time, instead of us, it has gone into error. That's my fault because I was testing, but I'll just pause it a minute. Yeah, I put it back into ADMS, communication, send data to FT70, press OK, but this time we don't press the band, we press the mode button on the left, top left. There's a timer error, so let's just do it again. Me waffling. Send data, click OK, then press. And it will start to send it, honestly. Just keep trying. Communications, device manager. Sometimes you have to read before it writes, if that makes sense. Is 19, determine, then we'll go communication. We might have to read them right, but anyway, send data. Click OK. It worked just now, honestly. Now it's sending, there you go. It's now sending our parameters. So it's USB-C. Then we'll have a quick look at some of the settings that you can change when you use the software. Because I think there's some things you can change with the software that you can't do on the actual radio. So the radio says RX when you're sending to it. They are close. And we'll have a quick look at the settings. So we'll go File. Let's have a look at the thing. It's Settings here. Across the top. Settings. You get this big window open. It's literally been like 2 years since I even looked at this. So there's your lamp, your dimmer, automatic power off, beep select, home reverse. I mean, there's so many. Call sign there, ADMS10 mode, pop up. GM ringer, that's group mode, isn't it? Normal, status, LED on, scan, memory. I'm just looking around really. TX with mic gain, memory. Oh, banks. Yeah, that's one thing people ask for quite often is radios to do banks. But do they actually use the banks? Because I know they ask for them quite often. So opening message here. Now this is the bit I found that I can't do on the radio. So it says here M0FX, it says message, right, we've chosen, because it will boot up showing the DC voltage or nothing, or a message. But as far as I can see, the only way to set a message is to actually use the software. So I'm going to put in here, just so we recognize it, ham tech. Okay, there you are, 6 characters. I'm going to go like so. And then I'm going to communicate that back to the radio, send, click OK, and then we have to press mode. Come on. It's trying. But you can see it's a bit faffy. Everything's still connected. Let me pause it while I get it to send. I will say, while you're experimenting though, make a backup first. Anyway, send. Click OK. Press the mode button. It's going. I found that it's very important that you make a backup, because it did delete my call sign and it did pretty much make the radio go back to the beginning. So anyway, let's see if we get that boot up message now that said ham tech, and then we'll end the video. ADMS. So let's come out of ADMS mode, turn it off, turn it back on. Look, ham tech. Bye for now, 7.3. Make a backup.